In 1922, a small farmstead named Hinterkaifeck in rural Germany became the site of one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in history. The Gruber family, 6 members in total, disappeared without a trace, only to be found brutally murdered weeks later. It all began in March of that year. The family's matriarch, Andreas Gruber, had reported strange happenings around their home. He mentioned seeing footprints in the snow leading to the house, but none leading away. He also heard unexplained noises coming from the attic. He believed someone was living there. But despite his warnings, the family went about their routine. A few weeks later, something far worse happened. One evening, Andreas Gruber, his daughter Kazilia, her 2 children, and the family maid Marie were all found brutally murdered in their home. The killer didn't leave any evidence, and no one in the nearby town knew anything about the crime. But the terrifying part? The killer didn't leave the property. In fact, the murderer stayed in the house for several days after the crime. They would tend to the animals, eat the family's food, and even start fires to keep warm. At one point, neighbors reported seeing the house's lights on, while the entire family had been dead for days. When the authorities arrived, they found the bodies in various rooms of the house, showing signs of torture and violence. But there was no sign of forced entry. It seemed like the killer had been someone familiar with the house. Despite years of investigation, theories, and numerous suspects, including the family's own farmhands, the case remains unsolved. There was a suspect who was arrested but later released, and the whole community continued to wonder, who could have killed them? And why did they stay in the house for so long after? To this day, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most terrifying and bizarre true crime cases in history.